Hello again, this is Robert Veach here. This is my video review of the K-Turk brand, their cordless USB rechargeable plastic welder. 400 staples are included, 3 temperature settings. This is the box it comes in, which is all nice and organized. You might want to keep this box so that you can have it ready for use. This product gets excellent customer ratings. Customers just love the product from this company. And it includes the plastic staple you see, USB-C charging cable, cutting pliers, plastic welding staples all along here, and there's 100 flat, 100 V-shaped, 100 M-shaped, and 100 wave-shaped, and a hobby knife, and there is a built-in light here we're going to show. So it also comes with a really nicely written instruction manual showing you how to operate it. So this is a really unique product. I was looking on Amazon shopping for products that work with plastic, and I came across this. Very impressive. We're going to take this out of the box and explain more what this can do. Here's everything out of the box, and you can see these are really nice high quality cutters, and this will allow you to cut the little tabs that are left over after you use the product. And you got a nice hobby knife here, which is great to have, and the USB A to C charging cable. The unit itself, ergonomically, it's great because it has a rubberized section there and a simple push button operation. Kind of looks like a soldering iron because it's a similar concept. You're applying current through here, and the resistance is those staples. There is the front-facing LED light right on there. Very, very nice. Here's a cooling vent right there, and there is the USB-A charging port, and you could charge it with any device that has 1 amp or greater. So here I have a USB-C port right there, so I just plug that in, and let's see if there's a charging indicator on here. Yes, there is, right on top here. Let's remove that tab. So you can see that it's breathing because it's charging. Really nice. And then there is the power button right there, which turns the unit on, allowing it to work. So we're going to charge this up and do some testing on this. You have the 400 included staples on here. This is just one example. So you can see that the shape of it is designed to go into right here, and that's what's going to do the conduction and heat it up. Just like a soldering iron, it's going to get red hot, allow you to put this in. The reason why there's all these different shapes is because every application is different, and depending on what you're repairing, you're going to want to use the different style of staples in there. Here is something that I discovered that's not mentioned in the listing. If you use this on like your car, and if they were essentially metal or steel, they would rust. So I noticed that when I take a powerful magnet, there's no attraction. So that's telling me that this is a unique material. It could be stainless, it could be chromium, whatever it is, it's going to not rust where you place it on the plastic. So this is an excellent product that can be used outdoors or on your car or on your boat, your airplane. This is great for that. The manual does give a good description of using the welding staples for different situations of the plastic that you're repairing. So let's look at the basic operation of this unit. I have one of the staples on there so I don't get a fault. So you hold this down for 3 seconds, and you see it has low, medium, and high. So it's going to start off on high by default, and you pull the trigger and you get a green, and then you get the bright LED, so that is getting red hot, as you could see. If you want to change the power level, when you hold this button, the trigger button, you hit this, and you can go to low or to medium or to high. It'll always start off on high when you power this down. Shutting it down, you just hold for 5 seconds like that, and it shuts down. Very simple. Now, as an example, I have a little polyethylene black plastic right here. There's a crack right there you could see. So you have a choice. You could use the straight one right there. I marked these so I know which one, or you can use the one that's a little bit more like that, a little more squiggly. So let's turn this on. We're going to go to low, because this is really thin metal, thin plastic, so we're going to keep it at low. And we're going to apply this to the plastic. So as it's going in, I can see that it's not hot enough because low is not enough. So let's hit the trigger again, and let's try medium. So you can see it went in there on the medium setting, and I went too far, I think. So I'm going to try it again. I'm not going to go as far. So medium looks like it was the right setting. I'm just going to have to go not as far. So let's try this one again. Let's try this one now. So obviously it takes some trial and error till you get it right depending on the material. Let's put that one in there. So that's the one that's not as squiggly. So we're still on the medium setting for that crack. Let's hold this down as the light comes on. Now I'm going to stop it sooner so that it doesn't penetrate as deep and let it cool off. So that it grips properly, and then remove it. So you get the hang of it, and what that's doing is locking that plastic in place. And you could trim these, obviously, with the included trimmer on here, which is very nice quality. And you could also sand, and you could fill whatever you're doing to make it professional looking and give it more strength. So if you're doing a bumper of a car, this is excellent. So let's just try another experiment here. I've got this corner crack right there. The camera's picking it up. You can see there's a corner crack in there, right there. So I have a choice. I'm going to try and use the inside piece right here, staple that they recommend for inside corners like that. And I'm going to keep it on the medium setting, and I'm going to go 90 degrees to that inside here. And I'm going to release it soon so I don't go through the plastic like that. Let it cool down. Take two. So I've got the setting on the medium. We're going to apply this in that corner. You can hear it coming on. And you see it smoking. Now I'm going to turn it off so I don't go all the way through the plastic, because this is a corner little crack on there. Let it cool down before you pull it out. A little fan might help in your work area. Let's just remove that there. So now it has that staple going across that crack right there, holding it in place. And you could also use this one for an outer connection also, depending on what you're doing. And I chose this really thin plastic just as a challenge. Most of your plastic is going to be much thicker than this. This was just sent in a shipping container to protect corners of a piece of furniture. This is extremely thin, so it's harder to work with. But I want to demonstrate that you could even do something thin and more delicate than something thicker, like a garbage can plastic or something like that. But it works really well. It's a really clever idea. I'm really impressed with it. So after testing, what do I think about the K-Turk brand, the cordless USB rechargeable plastic welder? This is a really cool product. As I demonstrated, this thing is great. Keep it in the box so it's ready to use. Anytime you have a piece of plastic that has a crack or damage, you can repair it with this. And it's really handy to have in your shop. I've never seen anything like this before. So I love this product. I'm going to give it a full 5-star rating. I hope this video review helped you with your buying decision. Thank you for watching.